Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in this.
Let's go, Cole. Look, I got so cool.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Nobody has any of the cubes, right? Nobody has any of the cubed. They might not be out yet. They said they're gonna be out when Batman came out. Striker hour still? Striker hour is still going. It just popped up on my screen. You're in Battlewoods? It's Mastery Monday, right? Boosted extractions and Mastery Monday. Four times the amount of spray dust. Yeah, but if you boost it, you can get 4 times. Yeah. gummy air. Nah, I never heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of it. I'm getting chased. Dead? Yes, I killed the duo. And they're real. They had the mythic too. They have the mythic ranger. I'm getting beamed. There's an oh my gosh, gold grim. So you want it? Yeah, take all these. You want to go extract? Yeah, let's go. Dead? Dead? I don't know. Yeah, once it comes in. Here. Yeah. Here, take that. No, you got it. I'm gonna call this in. Now I'm gonna give you all these.
Double using the chat for Cole.
I'm gonna go up here and see if they took the spray chest. They did. Okay. Are you watched? Okay, good.
Call me to you now.
turret.
I hear gunshots.
What?
I hear gunshots. Over this way, I heard some gunshots.
You're not really close to me.
I'm super close to you.
Kids. I think they're robots.
Crazy. I haven't found a person.
Oh, he beamed me. There's a blue extending. Evil, you want to go to the extraction?
Okay.
There's also people in Batmobile to our left.
We're here. Maybe kick. What? Where you wanna drop? Yo. Dropping at the Sinister School.
Okay.
I'm actually dropping here first to get some loot. Baby, can you feel your sister, baby? Can you feel your sister? My cat.
Yeah.
Please, thank you. I'm gonna try to check the Shaken Sanctuary. Oh, you got people on you, bro? You good?
I don't know. I killed one.
No worries, actually. What? Bro, somebody's going to you.
Are they bot?
I don't know.
I'm at Vault if you want to come down.
Gonna kill this person first? Got him.
Good.
Oh, King Sprite. I know, Dream Sprite.
You're a quick little fish, huh? Now, I want to see what one of these looks
Super
like
hot.
powered up.
It is significantly better, baby. It's really better. It's almost perfect. Where did he go? He says right there.
You're one to keep around.
There's people. $157. I need help.
I'm coming to you.
They have snipers.
I'm here on the roof.
I'm pushing him. Never mind. They're both there.
Yeah, there's one on the roof that just got down. Oh no. I'm gonna change my skin. Oh wow, they gave me a bunch of decals for a car. And they gave me that all pink car. Thank you, baby. One Piece power thing.
Okay, I'm not.
Oh yeah. I kill one. Oh
131.
my god. No, I said I kill one. I killed two. I killed three. What is that? Oh, blue chest, yay.
131.
Oh no, somebody freaking damn it, where is it?
There's nobody over there though. Those
No.
from earlier. Yeah, they're all over here. Fighting.
I got my last head pistol, that's one of my favorites. What?
The black thing. Literally where that little jar is. Above that. The pads up. You don't feel pads. Thank you. That hurt.
Saw somebody. Oh, right here. Oh no, next to me. Sorry.
It's a nice show because every time. Go here, go over back into swimming in your t-shirt. That's what you did when I came back. I was wanting to do alive. And freaking 30 people. And those on her back. I was like, girl, calm down. want that to be.
What's up?
Literally, bro, that's what you was doing. I was like, yo, are you okay?
Just having my sister and go like, oh, that's not that bad.
That's
She's actually.
such a bad thing. Every such time for you. You're always at the damn age. But to be fair, it's better than rain.
What?
Rain, you should leave it in this little ball that it tried chewing out of. Rain also killed a chicken. Killed a chicken. On accident.
How? How did she do that?
Put it in the box and things, and then put a blanket over the box with more boxes. It's gonna be able to breathe some more. That's good start.
Move now.
You're right for.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you, thank you.
$131. That one, all of them. Wait, is that a cubed?
You got a cube? No way.
No. I thought it was. There's a crown. Not that.
There's two girls. Perfect.
You are nothing.
You want that? AR?
Yeah, I can keep that. Thank you.
I'm gonna go extract up here so I can get my sniper back.
My 300.
You're not wrong. You find out won't find the government information, only if you request for government information. Especially if
You want to extract?
So, there's somebody coming to us.
Jump.
Should have just chased. I'm looking now. I was eating breakfast. Steak and rice.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I was eating steak and rice, bro. My bad. My
No,
breakfast.
you had to leave.
I had to leave?
No, like you're gonna suck that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna eat something you so you play a game
Yeah.
and
I'll
I'll
go
be back.
solos. Yeah. Go away. Like put
Yeah, I'll there.
perfect.
Okay. I'll be back in like 15 minutes.
It's gotta be right now. And after we see him say that to Walkie, we flash back to the present where we see Gushin. I'm better at metal. Momoshiki's taking over. Kawaki's dead. Amato's a good guy. And Sorda has been kidnapped. All that is to say, Chapter 36, Boruto's Blue Vortex, has officially leaked. And it, in very classic Blue Vortex style, is a big one. Others in a big fight to break down in this chapter. It is a big 10 paths chapter. And as we know, whenever we're shown reels of film, we're shown what the future of Two Blue Vortex is gonna look like. And the future is nuts. All that to say, we got a lot to talk about today, so without further ado, let's dive directly into chapter 36 of Two Blue Vortex.
You're a quick
Explain.
little fish,
Before we
huh?
get to break it down what the future looks like for Boruto,
I want
Kawaki,
to
and the
see
gang,
what one of
guys,
these looks
please
like powered up.
remain. Like this video, subscribe to the page, and hit that noti bell. And if you're looking for an additional NC Hammer 23 video every single week, guys, you can go ahead and find my Naruto reaction series. Use the fourth wall link in my description below. Gaara's backstory is wrapped up, and now we're starting to throw some demon hands. Before we get to that, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's episode, BetterHelp. With it being summer now, I'm sure some of you believe that you've been cured from the thoughts you had when the days were short and cold. But ignoring cyclical downturns in your mental health because of the weather or your job or things going on in the world is not something to be ignored. See, for years, years. I simply just dealt with the fact that some days I was happy, some days I was real. But fortunately for me, that's where BetterHelp came in. So that was filling out a short questionnaire, BetterHelp was able to connect me with a licensed therapist in just a couple of days. The therapist perfectly tailored enough for chapter 35 left off. In
Impressive
fact, it
work.
starts a little bit
I'll be in
before
touch.
the ending of chapter 35. So we start chapter 36 with Amado and Kawaki talking about kidnapping Kashin Koji, something that they've already accomplished by the end of chapter 35. Now, essentially, this moment is meant to show us what the conversation between Kawaki and Amado looked like leading up to Kashin Koji's capture. And basically, what the conversation looks like is Amado asking Kawaki to assist him in kidnapping Kashin Koji. And Kawaki's like, well, as long as it doesn't mess with us going after the Shinju, whatever. Now, Amado on the next page reassures Kawaki and essentially tells him, listen, the most important thing to me is bringing Akemi back to life. And I fully understand that Akemi cannot be brought back to life until the Shinju are defeated, per your rules. So I'm not going to do anything that'll jeopardize our ability to take down the Shinju. So just go get Kashin Koji. Kawaki, though he is curious about why Amado seems so fixated on Kashin Koji, decides he doesn't really care about what Amado cares about, and therefore, so long as Kashin Koji doesn't get in the way of his goal, let's go get him. But it all seems like kind of trivial, useless information. Right about now is when things start to get interesting, because it's from this moment on that Amado starts to show what I would call an alarming amount of knowledge about how the 10 paths work. Specifically, about how Kashin Koji's 10 paths work. See, because Amado on the third page asks Kawaki if Boruto is in Konoha right now, to which Kawaki says yes, he is. He has his chakra signal shut off, but I can still feel the Otsutsuki connection between us. And thus Amado tells Kawaki that right now is their window to move on Kashin Koji, as Boruto's not with him, and Kashin Koji hasn't got an update with his 10 paths that will show him this move. Now, listen, the idea of Amado understanding how 10 paths work is not crazy. After all, he works with Shiki and Dorishiki to place these Shinjutsus that came from Shibai into all of his cyborgs. And so there is a realistic Amado's not a bad guy, nor an Otsutsuki argument to be made here that states essentially everything that he knows about the Shinjutsu was orated to him by Jigen. I mean, he is the scientific mind that Jigen used to place these Shinjutsu in all of these cyborgs that did essentially serve Jigen. And while, yes, that is an easily understandable and digestible possibility, one of the other big problems I'm having here is that for some reason Amado knows exactly when Kashin Koji has 10 paths updates. Now, he could be talking to Ada, who could be relaying information to him about whenever Kashin Koji's body goes limp. As Kashin Koji does have a very physical reaction every time he gets an update, but there's not a super huge amount of love lost between Amado, Ada, and Daemon. So, well, yes, obviously, he could be getting this information from Ada. There's also a possibility that somehow, some way, he's privy to this information all on his own. That brings some of you to the conclusion that, like with Kawaki, Amado's able to see through the eyes of Kashin Koji, and therefore stay abreast of everything happening in Kashin Koji's life. But he did literally just ask Kawaki if Kashin Koji was with Boruto. Not to mention, he didn't know that Kashin Koji was alive until very recently. So he's got to be getting the information about Kashin Koji's updates from somewhere. Now, is that somewhere Ada or somewhere else? Well, we're going to be addressing that question and the myriad of other questions that surround the knowledge that Amado seemingly has about the 10 paths in our next video. So make sure you're hitting that noti bell because we're getting to it quickly. Anyways, like I was saying, Amado tells Kawaki that if we're going to make this move on Kashin Koji, it's got to be right now. And after we see him say that to Kawaki, we flash back to the present where we see Kashin Koji out cold on the floor of Amado's hideout. But then we over to Lord Kobu, who's inside of the Hokage's office. Now he, with Sai, are relaying exactly what happened to Lord Kobu during the Mamushi invasion to the village elders, Koharu and Homer. Now, Lord Kobu is telling the village elders that he has no memory of how he went from the interrogation room to the roof of the Hokage's office. All that he remembers is that when he came to, he was surrounded by the Shinju and
That's
truly
my
felt
favorite
that he
streamer
would
for this
die as a
episode.
puppy.
If you haven't had
Because it
any
means that Lord Kobu, the person who messed with mind. Even though in most interpretations of mind transmission, the person being controlled is aware of the person controlling them. That may be because we've only ever seen mind transmission used on other ninjas. Lord Kobu, who's a politician and not a ninja, is dominated by Inokin's mind transfer jutsu that he kind of just blacked it all out. And this wouldn't be a crazy conclusion at all, as we've seen in multiple different shinobi some kind of resistance level to genjutsu. And we've also heard that mind transmission jutsu in itself is kind of a battle between the person trying to control and the person being controlled to see who has greater chakra control. And therefore, if this battle is entirely one-sided, then, well, yeah, Inojin probably didn't leave any traces in Lord Kobu's mind. Lord Kobu then goes on to say, as he panicked for his life, Boruto appeared out of nowhere and killed all of the Shinju that were surrounding him. Well, technically inside, he says. Now, Komaru, the female elder, asks if it really was Boruto who came to help Lord Kobu. And Lord Kobu says yes, or at least that's what it was made to look like. But Lord Kobu doesn't believe that Boruto was there with altruistic means in mind. That is to say that Lord Kobu believes that Boruto saving him from the Shinju was all one big farce, and well, honestly, he's not wrong. Well, yes, did Boruto save Lord Kobu out of the goodness of his heart? 100%. Was that situation manufactured by Kashin Koji specifically to make Lord Kobu sympathetic to Boruto? Well, also yes. But this rather interestingly reflects Sai, even though his entire childhood was built around the idea of assassination and misdirection, as Sai asks what Lord Kobu means by duped, to which he replies to Sai by saying he believes that Shikamaru and a group of people in Konoha are working with Boruto, and that while he doesn't understand why Shikamaru and all of these people would be working with a traitor like Boruto, that they were specifically coordinating an effort to stop the interrogation. Which, you know, once again, kind of not wrong. And Lord Kobu, dislike him as you may, he's the only person in this room that's correct about anything. It's important to note here, and I've noted this a dozen times, Lord Kobu is literally just a guy doing his job, trying to root out traitors who are possibly working with the people that they all believe killed Naruto. Like, I get that within the confines of this arc, based off the information that we know, he's an antagonist. He was hit with a Shinjutsu that affected the entire world. And he thinks, and kind of correctly, especially from his worldview, that Shikamaru is working with the child who killed Naruto, which could lead you to the very easy conclusion that Shikamaru had Naruto killed to take his position as Hokage. For all intents and purposes, Lord Kobu is a good guy. Now, working with the Shinju. And I was like, you know what? That's the most correct thing we heard today. In fact, that's the only conclusion we can draw from this. In fact, also probably led the Shinju here in the first place. Now, I just want these two to pull a Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell so bad. Miller was like, whatever. That, I mean, sure, maybe doesn't matter. But the important takeaway here is that Boruto and Shikamaru, yeah, and once again, he's wrong. But Sai, what kind of knows Shikamaru and Boruto are working together is like, God. What is this, an Alex Jones podcast here? Let's stop theorizing so much. You're listening to Hokage is working with Boruto. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna prove it. In fact, Goku goes so far as to say that the person who probably released Boruto from his chakra restraint handcuff was Shikamaru not. They're all gonna have contract because, yeah, he is totally fine with it. But he acknowledges the fact that Shikamaru is probably not the only person responsible for Boruto's escape, but he wants to start prosecuting the man at the top. In fact, all these things to the Daimyo winning which side gets like
You back, bro? You back?
Has entered code, which you know, Kashin. So now it is interesting that Kashin Koji was logged, considering the fact that he was teleported into Konoha and didn't cross through Konoha's like bubble barrier. Which brings sense, but I believe was the drawback of the sensory team's ability to detect Konoha. Yeah, wrong. Shikamaru upon hearing his immediately like, okay, yeah, that's Kashin Koji. The sensory team's actually like, oh yeah, let's do this years ago. With like Aura showed up out of nowhere. Where's that chakra temperature? That cuts Kashin Koji. Speaking of American senators, finds himself waking up in what can only be described as a bonded cell. People handcuffed being pointed over by a German-looking man smoking a cigarette. That German-looking man is ominous. Now, Koji wakes up with his jutsu restraining handcuffs on him. He's just laying there. Amado takes the opportunity to compliment him for not dying in his battle against Ishu, aka the exact way that his waterfall probably should have treated Thomas. Amado goes on to say, long time no see. Kakashi Koji, rather reluctantly, and dumps on him to stop him from using jutsu. He's like, yeah, I understand what I was getting into, man. I understand why I was vain.
I worked in HR for years. Here's one of the about the life.
Take me off the table, and I'll read the book and it's off in your life. But let's look into why we're here today. Let's look at the small talk. I want to know about the 10 packs. Then, rather interestingly, I'm going to shocking of them goes on to describe the 10 packs. The power to see all views. With irregular, compulsory updates, with every single one of these updates bringing in years. Then goes on to tell us your last update was 4 days. When you're your technique, forward to have some kind of help. Also, that some kind of help was probably Dr. Koji. Whoa. Over the course of the Mushi battle, as the Hammer was able to figure out the last time the Dr. Koji got any kind of update, or the way he understands that those updates come relatively, I cannot say. At least, not yet. That's for next week. But I'm going to be joining on because, the first table has not been Dr. Koji, and what's happening right now is so, a development that did not happen in this update. Or the blind spots it creates. A two-split attempt user thinks that they've seen everything and predicted everything, but they're at their weakness. Now, he was possibly done being lectured at and goes, I think you would be so bold as to capture me, Amado. What do you think? Which Amado responds to by saying, well, you'll probably be able to find an 8 or 5. Anyway, so I'll just tell you what I did. Kind of lends to the activity that even somewhat possibly
No, put it there. The what book? No, put it back there. It's hungry.
Probably like anybody I table and told to have a calm conversation says my level of calm is going to be dependent on what you did to me while I was asleep. And apparently what Amado did eventually kind of shift. See, Amado goes on to let Kakashi Koji know the information that Kakashi Koji gets from the test house and advantageous to forward go as it is. Amado, however, as Kakashi Koji was there, see, from the side, it will just that the death battle is that updates. And so apparently what Amado did, and the only thing that Amado did always was mess with Kakashi Koji's mind a little bit to shorten the intervals between updates. I mean, after all, Amado I believe that Amado's actually probably using this as a smoke screen to play out a little part of Kakashi Koji's test possibility and allow Koji to see what Amado's going to be into. As Amado's kind of been on a trend recently of forcefully upgrading the people that he created. Amado's possibly living and then down the line of race. And this is what's needed. And I wouldn't go deeper on this idea in the next review of the channel. So, like I said, Amado's and gestures over. That's two parts of his laboratory, as he's discussing Koji to look over there. That's when Dr. Koji looks over. He sees the girl and the gigantic floating tube. Amado goes on to tell Koji floating with his dog. He that after all this is said and done, is from father to imprint all that information into his clone to bring his daughter back to life. You know, the plan that Amino always talks about. Now, we see an interpretation of walking places and days on the two with a car parking appearing on a forehead. But on some of your incredibly observant records, you know the Ken's hands are not visible to serve. Giant. We see her car parking. Good question. It's on her forehead. Yep, diamond on the forehead. Where have you seen that before? Oh, I don't know. Tsunade, Sakura, maybe Mito was hockey. You know, right there. Or Tsunade, Mito was monkey are all marked with car parking. Now, I'm not, especially when you consider the fact that for some reason it's car parking also on 4 branches. Sometimes on the case. The gross female recipient of car parking and received on her forehead. It turns back to strength behind her heel or Yaki seals and potential development with a heavy inner car parking could shed some light on what exactly is happening with the strength of 100 seedlings, where it came from, and it's possible Utsuki roots. Now, this is probably a tinfoil hat theory, it's a volcanometer for a way to connect soft approach to Utsuki because of the fact that she remembers that never really got any connection. And if there's any you don't like, so outside of the one room that seemingly should allow to show off in, a hospital room? Yeah, the likelihood is probably very small. Doesn't mean I can't hope for it. But yeah, the important takeaway here is that for some reason it can't be car marking is on her forehead. If the exact six or a third eye, who's only ever been depicted as having 3 eyes. Well, that's what the great on sure if it's possible for them to see by. Per usual, I can't say this video, but 2 videos from now all down. So let's get no event. Now, after we see this hypothetical way to work, walking straight from a market for the candy, now we get to the true meat of seemingly why Amino summoned Kafka Code. His laboratory was his for Amino to ask the incredibly important question, Janelle, using your ability to compare the future, have you ever imprinted a combo market on honestly, not even Coach double down as he taps Amino, a special ability in dead bats that all the future enemies receive. That's why right now I think that was an absolute certainty. Walkie never once placed a cover marking on your daughter's clothes. Future, and in every single future, he was Kawaki. So yeah, bad news for Kawaki, possibly worse news for cigarettes and I hear this from at which point he left Dr. Koji off the table like the same does. At which point Amino turns his back to as a full figuring what it meant to take break. But what this subcurrent future has done to what reality is going to look like. And you definitely trying to input a code into Amino's laboratory, but Amino changed the code to his laboratory. That's the kind of thing that you do, and then Shikamaru cannot get in. Shikamaru goes just back to his Kashin's hideout, only realized that it's just his hideout. Before he gets into whatever 16-year-old boy they realize that they have to themselves. Dr. Koji sent to the hideout by Amino. Now, his Dr. Koji rarely ever leaves the hideout. Boruto's like, are you okay? He's like, I'll explain later. I need to eat it on the line. And then just kind of does. I genuinely don't know how this works. Like, I get that Enogen can operate as a cell phone for Kashin Koji to have non-reported conversations. Really, anybody who wants to.
I'm back.
And the first thing that he does is that he
No! That was so stupid, I was killing, bro. Press ready, yeah.
And for the sheer sake of being like a sunglass wearing smoker. But anyways, because Dr. Doji is getting his update, he essentially crashed his desk to the floor. And everyone's like, okay. And Fortnite's like, oh, it's his update, which means now it's as good a time as any to see what Sauron is up to, which is seemingly walking through Konoha looking for places to be hidden. For those of you who don't remember, in the last chapter, chapter 35, Vortex Boruto essentially told Sauron that he wants Sauron to get hit. And the search for which he is facing code finally left Walmart all throughout Konoha. Therefore, that Boruto tried to get impossible. Sauron is accepting from the code, but Sauron should allow herself to be kicked out. I code, at which point Boruto will leave that he gave Sauron to jump to her location immediately. Thus, Sauron is walking around Konoha. Their Sharingan activated looking for an area that the code jump from. As she turned out an uninhabited alley, she realizes that Code's probably making his move, and she's in a place where nobody else is. And she's correct. As she begins walking down this alley, we see a claw mark with Code's eye spotting her, and as she walks past the claw mark, Code makes his move. Flashback to Code. She is updated, and we know from previous update confirmations, even though the tech patterns get only infinite amount of interest, everything was shown. We see a lot of things in these texts. The highest level of emeralds seemingly show us Turmeric doing research on what it means. Log rocks with an extra film that seemingly shows us Boruto Walkie possibly having a face-off, as Walkie is staring at Boruto, slumped over but begins to stand up as his cover mark activates. We see Code bouncing onto Sauron, grabbing her by the face and shoving her into a claw mark. We see Jura making soup, Idari doing a very Ikachi-esque movement towards Sauron's leading mummy to Sharingan Eye, and seemingly a face-off between Walkie and Shura.
Choose from thousands of realistic voices to use in your company.
Now, one of these things we're shown happens immediately. As Code is actually claw marking, Suffering tries to activate her Sharingan in time to buy, but then begins to try to push her into the mark and launch on the ground. And that's already struggled, but not being pushed into these claw marks, hoping that Boruto is going to fly into the silver with a flashback to pop on Dojo, getting some updates. Updates that include Code smirking as he stares at either just Hokage's hat or somebody wearing Hokage's hat. Of a white cloak, though it has flames on it, was going to climb on the Shikamaru spin at the Hokage. Haru was elected to be the not-Hokage. That's to be on a back to Konoha very clearly displayed the Lord Kobu that he's on Shikamaru's side. And if Lord Kobu believes that the great conspiracy among the people around Shikamaru, Lord Kobu, the next Hokage would be ridiculous. Konoha doesn't appear to be wearing a dangerous glasses. And there is undeniably a Hokage next to his face. On top of this, in this next set of updates, we see.
What do you say, bro? Your mic seems a little bad.
There's people on me.
Together in the kitchen. Now the next panel we see away, sitting on top of what appears to the Hokage's office. And as we know from these updates and from these updates, that frames that are next to each other are connected. It seems to be telling us that away is. And with the guy seeing that he might be dead. What is for coming
There's another one down. With 2 people.
Oh no.
feels some kind of connection to Jura. It feels as though she needed to belong to Jura. bring him to the side of good? I don't know for certain, but I do know that any kind of interaction between Moegi and Kira will be infinitely interesting. The predictions continue as we see some random Konoha Jonin and some wood release, which probably implies that Jura does come back to the village and then kill some Jonin who try to attack him, which probably explains where we get the whole cooking sequence thing from. Jura's probably holding Shikamaru hostage in a way. We then see Himawari and maybe in the next frame, Hina, but it could also just be Himawari's hair, but different. Far away, the most important takeaway from any and all of these updates is the last one. We are getting ever closer to the idea of destroying the world and all we're doing from us is
They're still right there. They saw me. And 83 white. 83 red. Or red. Or red. They both have hit one for 83 blue and the other ones should be 30 inch.
Got a gig for you, runner.
I'm going to the vault. Kids by me. Never mind, they're bots. $300. Where are the people? Yeah, they're kids. I need help. There's two. Have a quack snack. Or heal. Quack will heal you. Oh gosh. You killed both of them? Do you have ammo for shotgun and sniper? Okay, thank you. I like the extending. I have no ammo for shotgun. Oh no. Dead. Ready forward, wait. Can I get his ammo? I need his ammo. I don't have any. Shotgun. Shotgun. Thank you. Rift right there. Here, I have a little bit of this. 160 on this, take this. He's not up here. He's up on the other tower. I don't have any AR ammo. You should have me. Yes, I got AR. 21 ammo. Mhm. Woo! What? That is so like horrible. Just didn't like do it for me. I, like shockers and shock.